10 coastal UK villages that are disappearing from the map. Britain's coastline has always had a wild personality. Some days it's calm and gentle. Other days it reshapes the land in ways that leave even locals speechless. Across the country, there are beautiful coastal UK villages where change comes not from people, but from the slow push of waves, wind, and shifting sands. These places are full of charm, warmth, and history. Yet they stand at the edge of landscapes that quietly retreat each year. Here are 10 coastal UK villages that are disappearing from the map, each holding stories shaped by nature's patient touch. 10. Happisburgh, Norfolk. Happisburgh is perhaps Britain's most well-known case of coastal erosion. This coastal UK village sits on soft cliffs made of ancient sand and clay, materials that crumble easily when storms roll in. For more than a century, the sea has been nibbling away at the land, taking roads, stretches of farmland, and several clifftop homes with it. Despite this, Happisburgh remains a beautiful and peaceful place. Its red and white lighthouse stands proudly above the landscape, one of Norfolk's most recognised icons. Locals are friendly and resilient, always adapting to whatever the coastline brings next. Visitors still come to enjoy long beach walks, fossil hunting, and the quiet charm of a village that has held strong through years of natural change. The story of Happisburgh is widely reported in studies and coastal management reports, making it one of the most documented disappearing UK villages. And while the coastline shifts, the heart of the village continues to thrive. 9. Fairbourne, Gwynedd, Wales. Fairbourne sits on the edge of Cardigan Bay, surrounded by mountains, marshlands, and sweeping sands. Its low-lying position makes it especially vulnerable to the natural reshaping of water and land. For years, Fairbourne has been part of discussions about long-term coastal change and how shoreline movement may affect the surrounding area in the future. But even with these concerns, the village remains lively and welcoming. Families visit its long beach, children love the miniature railway, and locals continue to enjoy its peaceful seaside lifestyle. Fairbourne's story is often highlighted in studies about villages at risk in Britain, but it's important to remember that it is still very much alive, full of charm, resilience, and community spirit. Nature may slowly alter the world around it, but Fairbourne keeps its warmth and identity. 8. Skipsea, East Yorkshire. Skipsea sits along the Holderness coast, one of the fastest eroding coastlines in Europe. The cliffs here are made from soft boulder clay, a material left behind by glaciers thousands of years ago. Because it crumbles easily, the coastline can shift by several metres in bad storm seasons. Yet Skipsea is still a gem. Visitors love its wide, quiet beaches and the gentle rhythm of life that coastal villages offer. Holiday parks bring families back year after year, and the surrounding countryside gives it a rural charm that feels special. Though Skipsea faces continuous natural change, it remains a warm and welcoming place. Its story is not one of disappearance, but of adaptation. A village shaped by nature, but defined by its people. 7. Bacton, Norfolk. Bacton has battled coastal erosion for many decades, but recent projects like the Bacton Sandscaping Initiative have helped slow the pace. Still, the coastline continues to reshape itself, as it has for generations. This coastal UK village has a peaceful, understated beauty. Its wide beaches stretch into the distance, perfect for relaxing, thinking, or simply watching the sea. Bacton's natural surroundings attract walkers, bird lovers, and anyone who appreciates a quiet seaside escape. While the landscape changes, the community stays rooted. Bacton remains one of the most atmospheric coastal places in Britain, a reminder of how villages adapt gracefully to nature's movements. 6 Easton, Bavents, Suffolk. Few places show the story of coastal change as dramatically as Easton Bavents. Once a sizable settlement north of Southwold, most of it has already been reclaimed by the sea over the past few centuries. Today, only a handful of homes remain, standing bravely near the cliff edge. Easton Bavents is famous among those who study Britain's eroding coastlines. Historical maps show roads, houses and farmland that vanished long ago. It is one of the clearest examples of disappearing coastal UK villages. Yet even with its reduced size, Easton Bavents has a peaceful magic. The open sands, the quiet waves, and the remarkable views toward the horizon create a setting that feels timeless. It shows both the vulnerability and the beauty of coastal living in Britain. 5. Hemsby, Norfolk. Hemsby has seen several dramatic cliff collapses over the last decade, especially after strong winter storms. Emergency crews have occasionally stepped in to protect properties close to the edge, and the coastline shifts noticeably from year to year. Despite this, Hemsby is full of life. It's one of Norfolk's most popular seaside spots, known for its bright holiday parks, family-friendly attractions, and long sandy beaches that stretch toward Winterton. Hemsby's charm hasn't faded. People still love visiting for its cheerful energy and relaxed seaside atmosphere. Yet, its changing cliffs remind everyone of how dynamic Britain's coastline truly is. It's a coastal village shaped by nature, but still one of the most upbeat and welcoming places on this list. 4. Corton, Suffolk. Corton sits just north of Lowestoft, and like many parts of the Suffolk coast, it has gradually lost sections of its cliff line over the years. Some holiday chalets have been repositioned or removed, and coastal management teams monitor the area closely. Still, Corton remains a gentle, charming village with peaceful beaches, nature areas, and a friendly local community. Visitors come for its relaxed seaside feel and the lovely walking paths that run along the clifftops and shore. Corton's story is a classic example of a coastal UK village living alongside natural change. It's not disappearing overnight. It's evolving slowly, peacefully, and with great character. 3. Aldbrough, East Yorkshire. Aldbrough sits directly on the Holderness coast, where erosion has shaped and reshaped the shoreline for centuries. Roads and fields near the cliff edge have shifted as the coastline gradually retreats, and the village is often mentioned in coastal studies. But Aldbrough is still full of warmth. It has local shops, a close-knit community, and beautiful open views of the North Sea. The surrounding countryside adds to its appeal, giving it a rural charm that feels unmistakably British. Aldbrough is a quiet example of how villages adapt to coastal change. It stands strong and welcoming, even as the landscape around it gently moves. 2. Overstrand, Norfolk. Overstrand is one of the most loved coastal villages in North Norfolk. Its clifftop position gives it sweeping sea views, and its quiet beach is perfect for long walks. But like much of Norfolk's coast, Overstrand has experienced steady erosion for generations. The village is known for its soft cliffs, which respond to storms and tides with gradual shifts. Coastal defences help, but nature continues to play its part. Overstrand remains vibrant and charming. Its cafes, walking routes, and peaceful residential streets give it the perfect holiday village feel. The changing cliffs are simply part of its story, a reminder of the long relationship between the land and the sea. 1. Kilnsea, East Yorkshire. At the very edge of Spurn Point lies Kilnsea, a quiet, atmospheric village with an extraordinary story. Over the years, the sea has gradually taken large portions of the original settlement. Historical records show that entire streets, buildings and farmland disappeared long ago, reshaped by the steady tide. Today, Kilnsea is small but unforgettable. Visitors come for birdwatching, coastal walks, and the unique landscapes created by the dramatic meeting of sea and land. The area around Kilnsea is managed carefully because of its wildlife significance, and the village itself continues to adapt. Kilnsea is a powerful example of how coastal UK villages evolve when nature leads the way. Its beauty, history and resilience make it an unforgettable #1 on this list of disappearing coastal places in Britain. Britain's coastline is always moving, always reshaping itself, and these coastal UK villages show how communities adapt with resilience and grace. They remain beautiful, welcoming places filled with character, even as the edges of the land change. Their stories remind us of nature's power and its quiet, enduring charm. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.